Okay guys, so I'm going to do my second episode, I guess, of the mini eyeshadow palette collection, as well as a small declutter again. So I rolled this kitchen cart out here, so I'm gonna do the top two tiers here, which have some of my smaller eyeshadow palettes, as well as this little suitcase here that has some that I just stuffed in there for now. So we're gonna go through all of these, see which ones I decided to keep and which ones I'm going to declutter. So just stay tuned. Once again, it is not a massive declutter. It's just, what I do not use or want anymore in my collection, and just figured somebody else could maybe get better use out of it. In my first declutter episode, I said I would list everything on Depop. Unfortunately, Depop does not take or sell gently used makeup. So anything that is gently used, like I said, maybe once or twice I might have used it, will be sold on my Mercari account or on Instagram. I will post it on my Instagram feed, and whatever nobody contacts me on Instagram, I will also have it on my Mercari. My Instagram is HAYESEL83, as well as my Mercari account, and whatever is brand new or has never been used, I will then also list that on my Depop account. So there'll be a few accounts there that you can try to find these items if you are interested. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's start by going through what was in this little suitcase carton here and just start grabbing items, I guess. This first one here is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Copper Eyeshadow Palette. I actually just got this one, I want to say this fall, from Ulta on sale. So, it had extra points. So this I haven't even touched yet. So I am going to, of course, still keep this one. This is the brand Fiona Styles. They, excuse my dog there, she's chasing the light. They used to be sold on Ulta, but then I think it got discontinued because I can now no longer find any Fiona Styles on there. And this is like a quad of 4 warm shades here. I heard her makeup is really good. I don't think I've actually ever worn this one. I might have swatched that shade there, but no, this still looks pretty brand new. And it's in the shade Canyon. I'm going to think about it. I mean, the shades aren't anything exciting. I probably already have them, but I don't have that many Fiona Styles, so maybe I just will keep it for that. But that one I'll still keep in mind and just decide later. This here is the Clarins 4-color eyeshadow palette, limited edition. I got it because of the packaging with the palm trees and tropical themes, so I mainly got it for the packaging. And it's just, some neutral shades with some orange pop there. I am going to keep it just because of the packaging. So that's why I got that one. This is the Bobbi Brown Peace, Love, and Beach eyeshadow trio in, it doesn't say which one this is, but it was cute. Some 3 little brown neutral shades. I really, like the packaging. It has that cloth material, so I am just going to keep that little palette. I don't think it's anything stellar, but it is super cute. This is a little Surratt Beauty quad that I made. Recently, they had all of the Surratt Beauty products half off at Sephora, so I just got these shades, and you have to buy the palette separate and you put them in the palette itself. So I just put this together recently, so of course I'm going to still keep that. This one, Le Métier de Beauté. These are like the little eyeshadow stacks that they release. It is a very luxury brand that you could find on like Neiman Marcus, Saks, and everything. And I noticed though that a lot of their items were actually being really marked down. So I'm not sure if they're going out of business or they're just going to stop selling them. But yeah, I bought these stacks, and I don't think I've hardly ever used them. They're called the Kaleidoscope, and this is the neutral eye stack. Pippa, get out. So you just swing them out, and they have the little pans here. So it's like a cream color, a shimmery shade, a matte kind of brown shade here. I don't know if you can see this in the light. And one here is like a plummy shade. Yeah, I don't think I actually touched any of these. And I actually just bought a bunch of their singles since they were so severely discounted on Neiman's. And this stack, it's really travel friendly and convenient that it's all put together like this, kind of like the melt stacks, but not magnetized. They're all like snapped in. This one I think I actually will go ahead and declutter since I just don't reach for it, and I just bought a bunch of their singles. This one here is the Lorac Bohemian Bronze palette. So this is when I was first getting into makeup and just wanted to buy everything that I could get my hands on. I like the packaging. The shades themselves aren't anything, you know, super exciting. Get 4 little shadows, and it looks like I maybe used or swatched those 2. So this one I will sell as well. This is the Tarteist Pro To Go palette. I got this as a little Christmas gift from a friend a couple years ago when she saw I was really getting into makeup. You know, it's super cute and travel friendly. I like how you could just create like an eye look with these shades alone. But I really don't reach for it anymore. But I did use it, so, you know, I think I will declutter it, unfortunately. As much as I love the friend that gave it to me, I just don't use it anymore or reach for it. I don't know, since it is kind of used, if anybody will want to buy this. So if nobody buys it, of course, anything that doesn't sell, I will either give away to friends and family or donate to, you know, like a women's shelter that will take gently used makeup that can be sanitized. So I'll do that. This is another Surratt palette I made about a year ago. So this was the 6-pan palette, so I just haven't even touched any of these shades yet. I think I swatched them, but it doesn't look it. So I am going to keep this, of course, since it is pretty new still for my collection, and their shadows and quality are super luxurious, so I just want to hold on to that. This is one of the first little mini palettes I ever bought a couple years ago. It's the Too Faced Natural Eyes. So it's, you know, the old tin packaging. Now they've re-released them in that beautiful Natural Beauty, Natural Love, or whatever collection they're calling it, that has the really stunning packaging now. And this is the old tin one. I really, you know, just liked the colors itself. This one looks like it got hard pan. But I hardly used, like, some of these. I think I only used it a few times. So this one I actually am going to get rid of. I will try to list. I don't know if anybody's interested since the new version is out, but I will list that and see if anybody's interested in that. This is the NYX Reflect Filter palette. I think I just bought this on Ulta. I wanted to try what NYX makeup was like. I think this actually did perform pretty well for, you know, drugstore affordable brand eyeshadow. It looks like I dipped into a couple of these shades, but I really don't reach for it since I have so many palettes to choose from. So I think I will also list this one at an affordable, reasonable price. Oh, I have another Le Métier Debutée stack here, the Kaleidoscope in Snowflake. I believe they released this as like a holiday release here collection. So these pretty shimmer shades. I don't think I ever used this one either. Yeah, these are just kind of like neutral eye shade looks. So I am going to list this one as well since I just never used it. And I have singles also. This is the brand Chantecaille. They're a little bit more luxury brand that you find at the high-end department stores. This is a little duo in Grand Canal. So it's really pretty, like green shimmer there and a nice kind of white. And I'm going to hold on to this. I like these shades and shadows. I have a couple of those duos, so let's look at the other ones. This is the one in Monte Carlo duo. So it's like a shimmery brown shade and a terracotta tan, so I will keep this one as well. And then this one is Tibet, and this one actually, the clasp broke, so it doesn't shut all the way, which is super annoying, so it makes the shadows probably go bad faster. But it is like a nice taupey shades here, kind of messy. But yeah, I'll hold on to this because I don't want to sell anybody some broken packaging, but I tried to tape it shut and it just got all messy and gross. So I'll just hold on to it for now. But yeah, unfortunately, that package is broken, and that really sucks since it is, you know, a pretty expensive eyeshadow duo. This is the NYX Happy Birthday palette that they gave away a couple years ago for one of their birthday gifts. So I really like this palette considering it was free. Let me open it. So yeah, the shades here are pretty, you know, neutral and warm, but very, you know, doable and easy to use. So, you know, I am going to keep this palette because I think it's really cute and a nice little palette to go travel with if you need just an easy, quick palette to use. This is the Pixie by Petra palette in Plum Quartz. And this was like one of the first Pixie products I ever bought. So I wanted to try these shades. I think I only used it maybe once or twice. So some of them doesn't even look like I touched. And I never used the brushes or anything that come with it. So I think I will get rid of this one since I never use it. But I really just was interested in trying Pixie makeup around that time. This is a unique eyeshadow palette that you custom make. So actually my husband surprised me with this for Christmas or birthday one year, and he had a friend that sold the unique products, kind of like Avon, and he created this palette for me, picking out the shades himself. So they were very pigmented and super like buttery and soft, so I actually will keep this palette since it is sentimental. This was a little Lancome like eye palette. I think it came with maybe like a free makeup bag or something. So they're very tiny pans, very shimmery and glittery looking. I never touched this. I don't know if anybody will buy this since it's just like one of those sample things. So I'll probably just include it maybe with a purchase. So I won't sell it, but I will give it away somehow in one of the sales I make or something like that. This is Bobbi Brown Sandy Nude Eye Palette. So it's like a 2-stack drawer that pulls out and you get 8 shades total. This was when I think Bobbi Brown shadows actually weren't very good. I really do think that she has stepped up her game this past year and has made a lot better high quality eyeshadows, but this formula back then a couple years ago actually was pretty crappy. It just was patchy, no pigment, nothing. I obviously hardly used it, so I am going to get rid of this one and see if anybody wants that. These are my little Viseart mini palettes. This is the Petite Pro one. So, you know, Viseart palettes, I enjoy them. I think the Petite palettes are, you know, good quality. Maybe not as good as their matte palettes that are larger, but I think they're cute and convenient, and I have no issue with them with the shimmers or anything. So I will hold on to the Petite Pro one. And this is their Theory palette. So these are the 6-pan, a little bit larger palettes. And I had to get this one in Absinthe because of the greens. I wish they did a little bit more green friendly for this palette. You know, they just included these 2 shades when I think they could have done a little bit more if they were going to make a green palette anyway. So that was a little disappointing, but I think it's a really pretty palette anyway. So I will keep that one as well. And then my last little Viseart mini is the Theory palette, and this one is Minx. So just some warm shades. Yeah, like I said, I have no problem with them. I like the little travel size palettes here, and we'll also keep this one. Here's another Bobbi Brown palette. This is like, they released a few cities, I think London, New York, and Paris, and this is London. I got it mostly because of the packaging. And you have an eyeshadow quad, and then you pull it out, and it has a blush. So I did use the blush. I tried to use the eyeshadows a few times. It looks like the blue one has a little bit of, I don't know if that's discoloring or just hard pan, but it is a few years old, and I just never reached for it because the quality of the shadows are awful. But I really do like the packaging. I think that's super cute, but I'm letting it go. See if anybody wants that one. This is the BH Cosmetics Wild Child palette. It's their baked eyeshadow formula. This is one of the first palettes I bought by BH Cosmetics. I got it with their Zodiac palette that released, was it a year ago? A little over a year ago. I just figured it was a really pretty palette, and I've never even touched it yet. They're all brand new. I heard some people don't like their baked eyeshadow formula, but I mean, I think it works nice considered. I have the Zodiac palette. They have baked eyeshadows in there too. So this one, yeah, I never touched it. So I think I will sell it since it's brand new and let somebody else get some use out of it. So that's one box down. Let's go on to the kitchen shelf here. Let me just move some of these palettes down and go through them. Don't mind my dog making noise. Okay, so this was a little Estee Lauder eyeshadow palette that came, I believe, in, you know, just a gift bag, sample bag, freebie. So this one I will just give away, like the little Lancome one. I'll just give it away if somebody buys something and just throw that in there as a freebie. This is the Wet n Wild Dragon Scales little palette. So this was part of their Fire and Ice collection. I did use a couple of these shades, and I really like it. I think it is a really nice, affordable drugstore palette for the price, and I will keep that one. This is the Laura Geller Delectables eyeshadow palette. I think these are also baked eyeshadows. Yeah, this is when I first, you know, was getting into makeup and just trying new palettes and new brands that I've never tried before. So this one I've hardly used. I think I might have used a few of these shades. But some of them still look untouched and brand new. So I will sell this one if anybody was interested in that. This is a little Charlotte Tilbury quad. Some browns. This one is in Golden Goddess. So I don't think her eyeshadows in these quads are the best quality. I think, you know, there's better brands and formulas out there. Excuse me. So I think I heard her larger palette actually was a lot better this year. I did not get that one. I just had other palettes I was more interested in. And I never reached for this quad, so I think I will clean it up and sell this one. I just got this one, the Urban Decay On the Run Detour palette. So it's little mini palettes. They released 3 of them to go in conjunction with their Born to Run palette, but they're calling this one On the Run. So I got the blue one here. It's Detour, and I haven't touched this one yet, but I am obviously going to keep it since it is new to my collection still. This one is Strobe Cosmetics. I was trying to, you know, just check out more indie brands, and when they re-released this, I think, because it did sell out pretty fast, I guess, and I never heard of them before, I wanted to get this palette. It's Freak Show, based off kind of like the American Horror Story season that they did with the Freak Show, and the shades are super pretty. Sorry, don't want to blind you. I have not used them, but what I was disappointed was this shade here came a little bit destroyed, a little crumbly. I tried to press it back together, but it just doesn't hold well, and it still just falls apart a little bit. So that was kind of disappointing, but these 4 here do look very, you know, stunning, and I have not touched it yet because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it as a collectible or not, but I think I am going to use it, so I am going to hold on to it and try it out. These 3 palettes were from the Too Faced, what was it, the Grand Chateau or Holiday collection that they released a couple years ago. I just was so excited for this when it first came out. I thought the packaging of the little house that it came in was super cute, and the fact that you get these 3 palettes that have eyeshadows and a blush or a bronzer in each one, I thought was a super good deal, and they smell, you know, divine. I barely use these. I would keep them in, yeah, this one is brand new. I haven't even like touched this one. I think the only one I used was the gingerbread cookie here, and the peppermint mocha, yep, doesn't look used. So I was keeping it mostly for the packaging, but since I am just, you know, trying to be a little more cutthroat than usual, I am going to just sell this. So this set will come with the original little chateau house that it came in, so you could store those in as well. So I will sell those. This Pure Cosmetics palette I just got from Ulta. I wanted to try the brand Pure Cosmetics. I think the packaging is really cute, and it has like 6 little pans here that are cute and travel friendly, so I will hold on to that and use that. This is my Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas. It was the first Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette I ever bought. It's all matte. The quality is super blendable, pigmented, matte, powdery. They're very powdery, so they're very soft, and you just have to be careful with that. But other than that, I think their quality is excellent. So I am going to keep this, of course. I should check out more. I got their Snow Angels palette, which probably is here somewhere. So I want to, should check out more of their matte palettes like that. This is the By Terry Game Lighter palette, Fantasia. So By Terry just has super pretty packaging and quality. It's just these pastel shades that has the matte shade in the outer square and then a shimmery matching shade in the inner square. I think that's, might not be the easiest to work with, but I love the design and I think it's different and out of the box. And these colors, I don't have like hardly any pastel shades in my collection, so I was just really drawn to this palette, so I am going to keep it. I still have not used it yet, but I will. I really will. Okay, a few more here. Put these down. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Everybody was raving about this palette, and I found it at my local Walgreens. So I jumped on the bandwagon and got it, and I'm not sure if I used it or not. I might have, but I like it, and if I haven't used it, I definitely will, so I'm going to hold on to that. And here's another Wet n Wild palette from their, I think, Elements collection. This is the Earth one. This was the only one I got from that collection. I just was drawn to these shades more. They're all shimmery and metallic. I haven't touched it yet, but I will use that one, so I'll keep that. This is one of those little Smashbox photo studio trios, photo edit eyeshadow trio. This is the shade Showmance, and it looks like a little camera lens, and it comes with 3 little shades. So I haven't touched this yet. It's the only one I bought from the collection. I am going to keep it because I feel like it would work well for a quick, easy eye look. This is Smith & Colt's Book of Eyes in the shade Mannequin Move. So I like Smith & Colt. They're, kind of gaining more and more customers, and I like how they kind of put the shadow pans askew in their palettes. This makes, really pretty neutral soft look here. This shade here is pretty. I don't think I touched this one before. The white. Oh yeah, it's like a super pretty pearlescent color that would be really stunning in our corner highlight. Do you see that? So yeah, I haven't used this palette hardly ever. I think that was the first time I've ever used that white shade, is swatching it just now. So I will sell it since I don't reach for that one, and I just have so many palettes in my collection. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's super pretty. This is the Lorac Pro Metal palette in this little rose gold packaging that was supposed to be like special or limited edition. So these shades are, I like the Lorac shadows. I think they're super pigmented and very soft and buttery. And I think their shimmer shades are stunning. I've used a couple of these. Barely used it, but I will hold on to it because I do like this little palette. This is the brand, Dusty Rouge Bunny Rouge. They're sold at like, I think Bloomingdale's, and it was a makeup brand I hadn't heard of, and I discovered I think a little bit more than a year ago. Excuse me while I move a little bit. And I have some of their highlighters. They make this really stunning like imprint on all of their powders and compacts. So this one I was drawn to because it has these little hummingbirds imprinted. Sorry, it's backwards, but just don't want to blind you with the mirror. So I haven't touched it because I was afraid to ruin the hummingbird pattern. So I don't know how their quality is, but I do like their blushes and highlighters. I have used those, so I feel like it would be pretty good. This one I'm on the fence about because maybe somebody else will get use out of it, but maybe I do want to use it or just keep it new. I don't know. I'm going to put this to the side and still decide later. Where's the other one I had? This one. Okay. This was the Balm custom palette that I had made when I first started getting into makeup. I really don't have too many products by the Balm. I know they're really good. I know I don't have the Mary Luminizer highlighter. That's everybody's holy grail. But I just, wanted to try a couple of their products and don't have too many more. But so I created this palette here. You know, pick the eyeshadows. I did like a bunch of browns and shimmers and some greens in there. So 9 pans. I don't even remember the shade names because it's on the back of the pan. And I think I only used it a couple times. So I actually think I will sell this if anybody was interested, just because I don't reach for it. Oh yeah, here's the other Dose of Colors Snow Angels palette that came out this year. And I bought it on sale from Ulta. So I haven't touched it yet, but I can't wait to play with this. So I am going to hold on to that one. Here is another Smith & Co. eyeshadow quad in Song for Fields. This is the green quad, so I was really attracted to that green shade there. And they're very just glittery and foiled looking. So this one I am going to hold on to, I think, because I just love that green and want to play with it. Here is the Makeup Forever Lustrous Shadow Palette that came out last year for the holidays. So I was like super drawn to the packaging. Of course, it has this like rubbery material and it has those lips with the makeup brush on it. But the shades itself were just kind of so-so, whatever, in my opinion. I hardly reached for this palette. I think I only used it once, and it was just a few of those shades. I do really like their singles that you buy, even though those are pretty expensive and you create your own palette with the singles. I like those. I have a bunch of those. So I never reached for this palette, and I feel like I already have these shades elsewhere, so I will sell this one to anybody. Packaging's cute. Okay, last shelf here. I just got this palette. I just featured it on my Instagram, the Becca Cosmetics Volcano Goddess. I was so excited when I saw the packaging. I could not wait to get this palette just based on the packaging alone and the name. And I was just like, oh, they're going to have gorgeous, like bright, vibrant shades, geode color shades. And then when I saw the inside, I was just like, oh, that's really boring. That's nothing like volcanic or exciting. Maybe those couple shades over there, but you would expect like maybe a bright red or just like a dark maroon shade or maybe a dark green shade. It's not just something. So I was very like blasé about this palette, but then it got severely discounted and I was like, okay, just try it, get it. You've seen reviews and swatches of it and it does look pretty good. And so I'm so glad I did, because I did use a few of these shades and it did create a really beautiful, stunning shimmery look. The powders themselves are really beautiful and just blend out really nice and make this either everyday natural look or a really like soft and sultry look. So I really am happy I got this palette, so I will hold on to that. This Morphe palette I got from their holiday collection, so I just featured it in one of my hauls. This is the Social Butterfly palette. I really love the vibrant pinks and purples and greens in this. So I haven't even used this yet, so I will hold on to this one. And because I wanted to meet the minimum for the free shipping on Morphe or something, I forget. Maybe I actually didn't get the minimum and I had to pay for shipping, which was a bummer. I decided to get the second one as well, because if I'm going to order something and pay for shipping, I might as well get the second holiday palette. This is your True Selfie palette here. I wasn't as drawn to this one. I feel like it's just, warm tones again. The greens are kind of interesting, but I wasn't as excited as the Social Butterfly palette, but I decided to get this one too, and I will hold on to this one. This is the NARS Erdem eyeshadow palette in Night Garden. I just love the packaging that they did for this collection. I know you can't get it anymore, I don't think. I got the blushes that came with it. Only thing is, this packaging is hard to open. So I just really like the shades in this because they're, a little bit different than normal, eyeshadow palettes. You get the yellow, the green, the dark blue. So I just wanted to get this palette here, and I am going to hold on to it because I just love the packaging as well. Oh, this NYX LA eyeshadow singles. So I got this. They're like these little booklets that are eyeshadow singles that are all named after like a neighborhood in Southern California. So just open it up in there. So I thought the packaging was super cute with the city skyline and palm trees, but I never ever reached for it. I never touched them. I never swatched them. And I just don't think there's a point in keeping this. So I am going to sell that. The Tarte's Pro Original palette. This was one of the first high-end, like, bigger makeup palettes I ever got. Sorry. And I know there's mixed reviews on this. I really like it, even though I've hardly used it. I think the mattes are really nice. And then you have the 4 really pretty shimmer shades on the side. So I like this palette a lot. I just have to reach for it more. So I am going to hold on to it. I did get their new Pro Remix palette, which I think is a lot of fun and different too. I think they actually work well in conjunction with each other because you have a lot of the mattes in here, and that other palette, new palette, doesn't have too many matte shades, so I think they would work well and paired together. So I'm going to hold on to this one. More Le Métier Debute. These are their little flat eyeshadow palettes instead of the stacks. This one is in Smoke and Mirrors, so just some pretty shimmer shades here. I remember just like hunting this down at Neiman's, I believe, and just couldn't wait to order this. You know, they create very soft eye looks, nothing like super pigmented, but very pretty. So I am going to hold on to that one. And I have another one here. This is the Hope Metals Limited Eye Collection in Cool. They did a warm and cool shade, and I just really wanted the cool because didn't have too many cool shadows in my collection yet, and thought the, you know, blue and greens here were just stunning. The mirror actually fell out of this, but luckily it didn't break or anything, so I just like unglued, the mirror glue came out, so I removed that and I'm keeping the palette. I made some Buxom custom palettes. Buxom shadows are really like not as recognized, or don't get the recognition that they really deserve. I'm gonna move again. My legs are hurting me sitting like that. So I made a few of these palettes when I first started getting into makeup. I love how the palette is super easy to create and customize yourself. If I could pull this out. So yeah, you just pop the shadows in. I couldn't really figure out, you know, a shade story per palette or anything. I was just kind of popping the colors in that I liked and bought. So I hardly have used it. I think I accidentally dug my nails in when I was trying to figure out how to get the shades in. But they really are a good quality, and, you know, should be shouted out more too because of how good they are. And I love the shade selection that they have. Here's one that I made again. This one I did more greens and some shimmery shades here. This has a little bit more cohesion than the other palette, I think. But yeah, I will hold on to these since I did pick those out myself and created those. The Melt Cosmetic palette. I wanted to really try the Melt Cosmetic brand, and some of their stacks are just so expensive, but I wanted to wait, and when they finally had a good sale, I decided to get this. So I bought the palette. The only thing I hate is that it's separate. I wish it, you know, was connected, but they're huge. The pans are huge. So I bought a couple of their stacks and just got enough to make this palette all together. So I don't even remember what some of the stack names are. I think I got the Gunmetal stack, the Smoke, the Haze stack, and maybe just some singles I bought myself, maybe the Party stack. I don't remember, but the names are on the back there. So I created this, what is it, 16 shades. So yeah, I'm going to hold on to this and use this soon. I haven't even, I don't think, worn them yet, but hopefully I will very soon. So a couple more. Here's all my Marc Jacobs palettes. This one is the iconic Scandalous palette. So this was like their second round of, this is very like warm neutral palette that I love the new formula. I think it's great. So I'm going to hold on to that. This is the one I could not wait to get, which is the editorial palette, which has the greens and golds in it. So of course I'm going to get that and hold on to it. This one here is Smartorial. This was actually, I haven't touched it yet, but this is the blue palette here. It was actually on sale. It got discounted on Sephora during one of their sales, so I got an extra 20% off. So I thought that was a huge score, and was actually considering getting that blue palette at full price when they first released. So I'm glad I got that on discount. And then this one is from the first release of the eyeshadow palettes before that second collection came out in the teas. This was part of they did a Marc Jacobs like mystery bag, so I got this in the mystery bag, which I think is a really decent item to get, an eyeshadow palette, even if it is one of the older formulas. And it's the purple shades here, so I did use it a little bit, but I don't really reach for it, and I already have some purple palettes right now anyway, so I think I will clean it up and sell this one and keep the other three. Cough. Okay, just a few more and then we're done. So this is Colored Rain, Queen of Hearts palette. You know, it was another indie brand I just wanted to try, and everybody was just saying how stunning this palette is, which it really is. It's beautiful. And I was just trying to get my hands on it, and they finally restocked it and said it was going to be permanent now in their collection. So of course I ordered it, and I haven't used it too much, but I did use it and I did really like it. So I am going to hold on to this since it was such a hard item to come by. This is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Let me move that for the lighting here. There we go. So the Androgyny palette was, I don't know if this was the first eyeshadow palette of his that I got. I skipped the Beauty Killer palette, and I really like the shade Story color selection in here. The first palette that I received, I think it was from beautybay.com. The shade arrived broken, and I had to contact them for a new palette. And at first, they didn't even want to send me a new palette. They said they would give me like 50% of my refund back, and I would keep the palette, or I could return it and get a full refund, but I would have to pay for the shipping. And Beauty Bay is like overseas, so I was just like so pissed about their customer service. And I was like, excuse me, I ordered this from you. I paid full price. I want a brand new palette. Like, do not give me that bullshit. So after that, they're like, okay, yeah, we will send you a new palette, and you could just keep that one. I'm like, yeah, better believe I will. So that was my little rant about Beauty Bay. I don't know if I'll order from them again based on that experience. This is the Milk Cosmetics Gemini palette. I could not wait to get this palette because of the green shades. You know, it's okay. I don't think it was worth the full price, really. It's, you know, performs nice, but it just, I think it was a little bit overpriced, overhyped. And they said it was limited edition. It wouldn't be coming back. But of course, they restocked it like 2 or 3 times since it's sold out. So it's like, yeah, nothing is never coming back, really. But yeah, I will hold on to this since it was just like so hard to, you know, get, and might as well try to use it. And this is the newest Milk Cosmetics Smoke Sessions palette. So I just got this recently. I haven't used it yet, but I will be keeping this, of course. Their customer service was awesome, because the first palette I got, this Blue Dream shade, came shattered or like cracked in half. It wasn't that bad, but I reached out to them and it was sold out, so I didn't know if I would get a replacement palette or not, or if they would just refund me, or if I have to ship this one, the broken one, back. And they were a lot better than Beauty Bay, and they're like, oh no, of course, just like send us a picture and we'll send you a new palette, and you don't have to return the broken one or anything. So that was really nice, and I got the brand new palette. We'll be keeping that. And then I have these MAC, I don't even know what these are called, but I have the Queen Supreme, which is all metallics, and you get like a highlighter here. I haven't used this one yet. I don't know really why I bought it. Just got caught up in it, and now it's on sale, so I don't even think I would get my money back for this, so I might as well just hold on to it for now. The Mischief Minx palette is the warm tones here. So this one I have used, you know, and I like it. I mean, it's nothing exciting. I think the packaging is cute. Yeah, but I don't use it really. I don't know. Let me think about this one. See if anybody else wants it. Think about that. And then this one here, Basic Bitch. I just love the name. And this one here has like more cooler tone neutrals. So I use this one a little bit, and I will hold on to this one because I don't have too many like palettes like that. And then last is the Kat Von D Serpentina palette. I remember when Sephora was like, we had the Serpentina palette back for a limited supply. So I just like immediately jumped on it, and I don't know why. I haven't even used it yet. But I mean, the shades are pretty, and you get like this loose pigment shade on the end. But I feel like these shades are also in other palettes of hers, other palettes aside from Kat Von D. So, and I haven't even touched it. So actually, I think I am going to let this one go since it is brand new and see if anybody else wants it. So that is the last palette from my mini palette collection. Let's see, the ones that I had 3 maybes here. The Fiona Styles. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to sell that one. I haven't used it, and I don't see myself reaching for it. The Rouge Bunny Rouge. You know, I just don't want to ruin that pattern. I will hold on to it for now. Yeah, I don't have too many products from Rouge Bunny Rouge, so I will keep that. And then the Mischief Minx. Yeah, I'm going to sell this one. I don't reach for it. I already have a bunch of warm brown shades, so even though the packaging is cute, I will sell that. So let's do the tally here. I'm not going to do the math again because I messed up on the math last time. So I will just put that in the comments down below when I figure that out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I already lost count. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus these 2 little ones, which will just be freebies, so 25. And then I am keeping a lot, but, you know, like I said, it's not a ruthless declutter. It's just going through my collection and downsizing a bit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 45. So I'm getting rid of 25, keeping 45. You know, I still am proud that I am getting rid of as many as that, including the ones I already decluttered in my first video. So I think I am, you know, for a makeup hoarder, makeup collector, doing a pretty decent job with each round that I am going through. I think eyeshadow palettes are the hardest for me to get rid of. I just, you know, love them and just want to hold on to them. But I also think it's the item that I need to get rid of the most. I don't see too many like highlighters, face palettes, blushes that I would be decluttering, but I do plan to do those coming up too as well. And I still have more eyeshadows that I need to go through, the larger palettes. Some of the larger palettes, I don't think I'm really going to get rid of as many, maybe 1 or 2, just because most of them are newer to my collection, are near and dear to my heart. So, and I do reach for larger palettes, I think, more than these smaller palettes. These ones I just tend to forget about. So that will also be coming up soon. And then after eyeshadow palettes, I will move on to other parts of my collection, like highlighters and face palettes and blushes and all of that. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I hope this, you know, was enjoyable for you. And if you were interested, like I said, any brand new items will be on Depop, but I will also list them as well on Mercari, and Mercari and Instagram will also have my gently used makeup items if you were interested in any of the palettes I decided to declutter today. Thanks, have a good day, and I hope you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more declutters. Have a good day, bye.